Hey girl, it's Allyson here. I know I probably look a little different because my hair's out. You've been seeing me with scarf after scarf after scarf. Sometimes it just takes a lot to do my hair. That's just the truth. So before I get started on the topic today, quick chat, I wanted to show you this. So this is my Bright Ideas Journal, my Hey Girl Bright Ideas Journal. Okay, and I'm gonna release it digitally first, and then after I put on the internet, and then when I move back home, which I'm doing this summer, I'm going to sell the physical product. Okay, so this journal I've designed it myself, so I'm really proud of it. It's my baby. So this journal is a place for you to collect all of your amazing ideas. That's it. It's not some place for you to take notes. It's not a place for you to write down phone numbers. It's not a place like that at all. What it's for is for you to write down your next $1 million idea. Okay? So on the inside, see how cute it is? This is just me printing it off. You have a letter from me on the inside first, and then we get into the actual stuff. Okay? I'm going to turn it around real quick. Turn the camera around real quick. Okay, so we have the bright idea. My bright idea is, the inspiration is, the details, more details, and then if you need to draw a picture, if you like me, sometime I need a picture. And so that's just what the journal is filled with. Okay, here's what it looks like flipped around. All right. My Bright Ideas Journal, and it says Hey Girl in the back. And I created this because if you're like me, you always have a new idea, and you're either scrambling to get paper, ripping a piece of paper off somewhere, or writing it in a random notebook somewhere you can't remember where you put it. So this is for that. This is for you to carry around. It's small enough to carry around. Just stick it in your bag somewhere, carry it around with you. And when you have that bright idea, don't ignore it. Don't forget about it. Don't say, oh, I'll get to it later, and you always forget. We always do that. So this is for you. If you're like me, you just got to write down your good ideas as soon as you have them, right? So what I want to get into today, so that's just a plug. So stay tuned. That'll be available coming soon within the next few days. Actually, I'm going to release it. All right. So I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about something that you have to understand for yourself first. And then once you grasp it, understanding that everybody else is just a bonus for you. And what that is you knowing your worth, you knowing your value, you knowing you're beautiful, you knowing you're amazing. Because sometimes we're not sure of it, and we don't believe it for ourselves, and we need a lot of convincing from other people. And what ends up happening is when we start depending on other people to give us that affirmation that we're beautiful, that we're strong, that we're amazing, that we're good at something, then we keep looking to other people for it. And then when we don't get it, then we don't believe it. Then it becomes like a lie to us. Then we start lying to ourselves again because somebody else is not convincing us of something. So even goes into what your purpose is, what you're put on this planet to do. If you need affirmation from the rest of the world first to believe that that's what you're supposed to be doing, when the affirmations stop coming or the negativity starts to enter in, you stop believing it. Even if it's something you're sure of. So we have to get to the point where we're saying, I don't need outside validation in this thing. Now, confirmation is one thing. When, God may give somebody a word to give you, or, out of the blue, somebody might say something that resonates with you. That's a confirmation. That's different. I'm not talking about confirmation. I'm talking about affirmation from somebody else. I'm talking about validation from somebody else. Seeking somebody from the outside coming to you to tell you what you should be doing, to affirm in you and to validate your beauty. When you start to rely on somebody else to do that for you, you enter into a dangerous place, because what if you move? What if that person, you and that person fall out? Or what if you start getting hit with the negative comments? Then what? Will you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing? What will you do at that point? So we have to get to the point where we are so secure in our beauty, where we're secure in what we know we're called to do, where we're secure in knowing that we're on the right track, Then when everybody else starts to compliment us and starts to use their words to affirm us, it's just a bonus. It just adds on to what we already know. Because when it's a bonus, we're not worried about if we get it or if we don't. You know, remember when you used to take those tests in school? And your teacher would say, I've added 2 bonus questions. Those bonus questions never took away from what you already got. It never took away from your scores, but it did add to your score when it was time. It did add to your score if you got it right. So it's time for us to just start acknowledging everybody else as a bonus and not as the complete validation that we need in our lives. Everybody else should be a bonus, but you should know. You should be solid in who you are. You should be solid in what you're called to do. You should be solid in the fact that you're beautiful. Now, I'm not saying that you may not want to get better. I'm not saying that you don't want to try and accomplish new things. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to become a better person overall. That's not what I'm saying. Because I love myself, and I've been looking at myself in the mirror lately and just been loving what I see. Now, that's not to say that I don't need improvement. That's not to say that I don't not necessarily need improvement, but I don't want to improve for the better for my health. That's a different conversation. But still being able to love and accept who I am at the stage that I'm in. And then everybody else telling me I look beautiful, everybody else telling me what great shape I'm in later on down the line is just a bonus because I already believe it for myself. So it's time for you to become strong in what you know. And if you don't know it yet, it's time to start convincing yourself of that thing. It's time to start replacing those lies with the truth. Even if you're not to the point where you believe it yet, it's time to start speaking it to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you're beautiful. Because we're so hyped up on what everybody else says is beautiful that it's hard for us to look with our own eyes and see the true beauty that lies on the inside of us. So it's time for us to become solid in this thing. Become solid in our beauty. Become solid in our purpose. Become solid in our calling. Become solid in our uniqueness. And then whether somebody says something positive or somebody says something negative is just bonus information. It's not the thing that helps us keep going from day to day. All right? Peace.